Feliz, I met at Fresno State. I started Fresno State when I was 14, so I started young. And at that time, Feliz was 19, and she was a student as well on the campus. And I was in the music department then, and I don't remember exactly how she got in touch with me, or who referred me as a possible violin teacher. She was actually my very first violin student. I had been playing violin for 4 years at that time, was in music for about 7, because I started when I was 7, on cello actually. And so she was my first violin student ever. And we had lessons, I think, for a couple of years, and then kind of lost touch, and then kind of reconnected. I think I ran into her on campus, and so we kind of have been in touch sporadically throughout the years following. And then recently, I think we reconnected on Facebook during kind of the first few months of the Rainbow Delegation, and she voiced interest in helping. And I'm not going to turn down help, so I was like, great, come over. And she was already someone I knew and trusted, so and she's been very consistent, so I very much appreciate her help. Then I met, I think for the first time, I was actually teaching violin at Clovis High here in Clovis, obviously. And he was a student at the time. He was a high school student, maybe a sophomore, junior, senior. I'm not remember exactly what year. And so I knew of him. He knew of me. We didn't really talk much. I think we at one point were in a social situation where he was friends with someone that I was friends with, and we were in the same room together. But other than that, we really weren't hangout buddies. He actually contacted me, voicing interest in helping, and I mean I knew him from before, so I was like, great, come on by and we'll get you going, and you can help as much as you want. And he's been, if not the most, definitely one of the most integral parts of the Rainbow Delegation. And there was a period of time, and I don't mind saying this, a few months ago, where my motivation was very, very waning because we had so many issues with the wristbands being wrong, and people had to start waiting months instead of a couple weeks, and so I was getting frustrated, and it didn't look like we might ever be able to keep going, just because if we can't find the wristbands made correctly, we can't send them out, and this whole thing can't happen. And so he kind of took up the slack that I was letting go, and worked hours and hours a day to make sure that everything kept floating. And so I very much appreciate his help, especially during that period of time, and then also recently as well. So he's still very, very helpful. And now we're actually going to the gym together. So he's my gym buddy now. So I'm helping train him to get him as svelte as possible, and he spots me on whatever exercises I'm doing that could crush me. And he's a fun guy, great guy. Feliz is great. I played tennis with her a couple times recently. She's helping me learn tennis. I've never played before, and cardio isn't exactly my thing, but sweating I don't really enjoy too much. But I played tennis a couple times with her, and they're just both really cool people, and really fun to hang out with. And so every time they come by, I get a smile on my face. Not just because I get help with the envelopes and stuff, which is also a good thing.